We're up to number 19 in my marathon of Best Picture winners. Best Picture Marathon theme song. Just before winning an Oscar for directing the Best Picture winner Mrs. Miniver, William Wyler enlisted and went off to war. While overseas, he saw a lot of action and shot documentary footage for the U.S. War Department. Upon returning to Hollywood after the war, Wyler's first film was The Best Years of Our Lives. The film was produced independently by Samuel Goldwyn, who had founded or co-founded or financed the founding of multiple companies throughout the history of early Hollywood. Goldwyn is the G in MGM. But for various reasons, he was no longer part of those earlier companies. He had long sought validation in Hollywood, and winning Best Picture for The Best Years of Our Lives seemed to be that validation.
This is Sam Goldwyn's actual Oscar for Best Picture for The Best Years of Our Lives.
The film is about 3 servicemen who are returning home from the war and are struggling to readjust to life, trying to reconnect with their family and friends, trying to find work, struggling with PTSD and physical disabilities. The movie was based on a novella, but was also inspired by some of the real experiences of the cast and crew members who had fought in either World War I or II, including a scene where 2 of the main characters encounter a fascist sympathizer who suggests that U.S. servicemen were suckers. The film's ensemble cast features many big stars: Frederick March, Myrna Loy, Dana Andrews, Teresa Wright, Virginia Mayo, singer-songwriter Hoagy Carmichael, and all of those performers are great, but the one who always stands out to me is Harold Russell. Harold Russell was an actual veteran who had lost both of his hands. Wyler discovered Russell thanks to an Army film about rehabilitation of war veterans with disabilities. Harold Russell's actually the only person who's ever won 2 Oscars for playing the same role in one film. The Academy Governors Board thought he was a long shot to actually win Best Supporting Actor, so they decided to honor him with a special Oscar for bringing hope and courage to veterans through his performance. And then he did end up winning the Best Supporting Actor Oscar on top of that. I've always really admired The Best Years of Our Lives. It's a very long movie and it does drag a little in the middle, but I feel like there's this beautiful sense of authenticity in the way that the story is depicted. Wyler insisted that the actors wear clothes off the rack rather than having custom costumes made, and the sets were designed to be the size of actual rooms and locations rather than having large sets to accommodate gear and crew as was customary in Hollywood studio pictures of the day. The film also makes excellent use of deep focus cinematography thanks to director of photography Greg Toland, who had previously shot The Grapes of Wrath for John Ford and Citizen Kane for Orson Welles. Even though it is a little bit long and a bit melodramatic at times, I think The Best Years of Our Lives is an extremely moving film. During this viewing, I was in tears at least twice during the first 25 minutes. The film offers a very compassionate look at the struggles of veterans returning from the war, and includes some rather prescient references to atomic age paranoia that would become increasingly prevalent during the years that followed this film. There were a number of other really great films that came out in 1946, but it shouldn't be any surprise that a movie like The Best Years of Our Lives would win Best Picture. It was the most successful film since Gone with the Wind, and it was an incredibly relevant cultural touchstone at the time. And it is just a darn good film. Next up, Gentleman's Agreement. See you then.